Hi everyone, how are we doing today? My name is Taylor, also known as Smitten Knitten. I am a knitter and a crocheter. I've been knitting since I was in like elementary school, so very young. And I recently just really started to get into knitting a few years ago in college. And I recently got into crocheting about a year ago. So it's been a lot of fun for me. I do some commissions, I do a lot of things for myself, I make some things for my family and friends, and I just really love it. So I wanted to go through and just kind of talk to you about a lot of the things I've been working on. So kind of like a little podcast type thing. So the first thing I want to show you is really exciting. It's almost finished. I just have a little bit more embroidery to do on it, which this is the first project I've ever done embroidery on. The basic design of it and layout of it is like the Harry Styles cardigan. This is the third one I've made. Then this is the second commission I've made for this style. So this is it. I'm doing little embroidered flowers on it, which I think is just so precious. It's oversized. It's awesome. It's really awesome. I really like it. The yarn I've been using for it is Lovecraft's Simply Chunky, and it's been so fun to make. I really liked that I took the basic idea of the J.W. Anderson cardigan and made it different. Different colors, not as many colors, and not as many stitches and patterns and stuff like that. It's more simple, I would say, but I think it's very beautiful. So I really like this one. This is going to a family friend, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's gonna look beautiful on her. The next thing I want to show you is actually the J.W. Anderson Harry Styles cardigan. This one I made for myself. This was actually the first really big project I ever did. I took this on and I, just fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool. And before that, I had never done a sweater or anything. The only sweater I had ever done before was a little baby sweater, and that was just very basic. It wasn't great, but it was cute. But yeah, this has already been loved so much. I have worn it so many times. Everyone loves it. Like, everyone thinks it's just the coolest thing ever whenever they see it. I went to a brewery sometime last year, and it was cold and we were out in the woods, and I was wearing this, and the girl at the cash register was like, "Oh my God, I love your sweater. Where did you get it?" And I was like, "Oh, I made it." She was like, "Oh, I was afraid you were gonna say that. I thought that looked like there was too much love put in it for me to just be able to go buy it." And so I was like, "Well, I do commissions." And well, actually that was before I started doing commissions. That was when I made this. People just left and right started telling me I should do commissions. People had always been telling me that I should. But when I made this, that's when everyone was really like, I would like to buy things from you. So that's really fun. I really love it. I made another one like this, and it was the same design exactly, like exactly the same design, except for, no, it was pretty much exactly the same, just this band was a little different. I did the band more like this one, with the ribbing instead of, just like a garter stitch. But yeah, so another one I made for another friend, and I made his like pink and teal and cream and burgundy also, I believe. Yeah, I have a picture of that and like all my other commissions that I don't have physically with me right now because they're off being loved. I have pictures of them on my Instagram, which I'll link below. But yeah, so this has been so loved already. It's so heavy. It is so warm. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm obsessed with it. And it's starting to be summer now, and I'm very happy about that. But the only downside is that I can't wear my sweater. So I love it very, very much. And I've seen like so many people make these. And actually what was really fun is that the woman who actually wrote the pattern down for J.W. Anderson, I posted this on Instagram and I tagged her in it, and she saw it and commented on it, and she followed me. And so yeah, that was really exciting and really, really lovely to have the woman who actually sat down on her couch holding the actual sweater that Harry Styles wore and wrote down the pattern for it. Like, she commented on it and said that I did a wonderful job. So that was really very, very exciting for me. And she's commented on a few of my things, and it's just exciting, you know. Everyone look her up. I can't remember her name or what her username is, but I'll link it below. And she's just incredible. She is such a talented knitter. She recently just made a children's version of it, which was awesome. It's absolutely adorable. The next thing is another sweater. I originally made this as a pattern. I made it green and cream for my twin sister who lives in Arizona. When I went out to visit her, I noticed that there were just Aztec patterns everywhere, and it was really cool. So I decided to name it the Arizona sweater. I made her a hoodie, so I called it the Arizona hoodie. So this is actually a pattern that I completely made myself. I haven't released it or anything, and I don't know if I ever will, but I love it. I think it's awesome. I'm happy I made it a crew neck for me instead of a hoodie, because the hoodie didn't work out that great. I'm not really good at hoods. I still need to figure out how to do that. But yeah, this was really quick to crochet up. This is the first garment, and maybe, yeah, my sister's was green, and it was a gift for her for our birthday, I believe. And that was the first garment I ever crocheted, and it was awesome. She really, really loves it. So mine is red, hers is green. She's a green gal. It's very soft, it's very comfy. Hers is actually much bigger than mine. Yeah, but it's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. I actually just finished it because it's just been sitting in a corner for months because I wanted to make it a hood. But then I was like, oh, I can't. I don't know how to start this. I don't know where to go. So crew neck, just like a little turtleneck, and it's very, very nice. Another thing, actually, oh, I have another thing that I've made, which is I'm absolutely obsessed with. I knitted this sweater. This sweater is just, I'm obsessed with it. I absolutely love this sweater. It is so soft, and it's already been worn so many times. And I like just finished it a few months ago. It's beautiful. I really love it. It's comfy. It's so pretty. It's like a little bit shorter. I wouldn't say it's cropped, but it's yeah, and it has these nice big bubble sleeves. And I'm actually I have written down the pattern for this. I haven't figured out the pattern for other sizes yet. I haven't really been focused on it at the moment. I'm just happy that I have the pattern for this written down, so that when I have more free time, once I'm not working on commissions, I'll be able to, you know, sit down and really figure it out, send it off to test. So that'll be really exciting to have a pattern that I actually release, just because knitting is just such a passion of mine, and I would really enjoy having it be what I do full-time sometime in the future. It's relaxing to me, it's so fun, and it's just like my favorite thing. So yeah, very, very excited about this one. I'm also bummed that I can't wear this because it's hot now. But maybe I'll start wearing it, I don't know, again, just because I want to. I'll wear it around the house. Another thing is this hat. This pattern and this yarn was gifted to me actually by my sister's boyfriend's mom, Laura. She is also a knitter. She is a beautiful knitter. She's a quilter, she sews, she knits, she's just so talented. She's amazing at it. And she was going to make me one, but so Caitlin has one, my sister has one, and I was just like, oh my god, I love it, it's so pretty. I was asking like how she did like the little like details here. I was just so curious about it, and Laura went out and bought the yarn and everything to make me one, and she just never got around to it. So once she found out that I was really getting into knitting, like getting really serious about it, she just gifted me the yarn and the pattern, and I knitted it up myself. It's a great beanie. It's so cute. I really, really like it. So yeah, thank you, Laura. I don't know if I ever actually thanked her for this, so I need to make sure I do, and I haven't even posted about it. There's a lot of stuff I haven't posted about, which I need to. But yeah, I adore it. I adore it. So thank you, Laura. And actually, fun fact about this, I don't use wool. Just like, I don't consume animal products at all. So this is actually the only wool I have ever worked with, actually. So it was interesting. It was a lot different than using acrylic or cotton or, you know, any other plant-based or synthetic yarns. So it was interesting. It is nice. And I do want to look into more about sustainable is not the best word, but making sure that the fibers that I get are cruelty-free. Because you know, acrylic's great because you can just throw it in the wash and it's durable, you know, but you know, it's not very sustainable. And so I have a friend who has sheep, and I'm thinking about, you know, getting yarn from her and learning how to spin and dye my own yarn, and, you know, work with wool, you know, wool that I made myself, sheep that I know where that wool came from, and that they're happy sheep and they're well taken care of and they're not abused, you know. So that's something that I would like to do. And it's also a dream of mine to own my own home, or own my own home, but own my own like animal sanctuary at my home. So hopefully one day in the future I can buy a home with lots of land, and I'll be able to have a farm and have an animal sanctuary, and I can have little sheepies, so I can harvest their beautiful, beautiful wool. So that is very exciting for me. It's something I would like to do, just because it is a natural fiber, and it's, you know, it is better for the earth, but I want to do what's better for the earth and what's better for the animals. So love this. Thank you, Laura. I really, really appreciate it. The next thing I have, so cute, another beanie. I love making beanies, especially during the winter time. It's just, you know, it's easy, they're adorable. This was actually some leftover yarn from the second Harry Styles sweater that I made, the J.W. Anderson cardigan. I had some leftover yarn, so I made this. This is the Lovecraft's super chunky yarn in daffodil and marine blue or something like that. Another, oops, got stuck on my rings. Yeah, another great beanie. It's great. It's so good. It's adorable. And this is just like the best acrylic yarn. The Lovecraft's yarn, they have great colors. They feel great to work with. And yeah, like the paint box, that's what it's called, paint box by Lovecraft's. Yeah, I think that's the only place you can get it. I think it's their brand. But yeah, I think it's great. And I specifically did this because I have a Harry Styles merch shirt that's the same colors, and I was like, oh my gosh, exciting. So I thought that was cute. But what's even more cute, I have a little kitty cat hat. So I have two cats. They are the absolute lights of my life. They hate it, but it's so cute on them. They're actually looking out the window right now, but let me see if I can get one of them to put it on. So neither of the girls were gonna have it, so I'll just, you can imagine, they're so cute, and it's a tiny little hat, and it's adorable, so it's just bound to be cute. I keep doing that little, it's annoying. I need to learn how to stop doing that. The next thing is actually another commission, but this one's a bummer because I did not swatch. And it's actually a pattern by, handmade by Aura. I love her YouTube channel. She has beautiful, beautiful garments that she creates. So this one's a little too small. The girl asked me to make a medium, and this is turning out to be more of a small. So I'm going to start over. I think I'm going to, instead of knitting in the round, I'm going to try knitting it flat. So it's going to be a little bit different, but it's this beautiful, it's going to be a really beautiful sweater vest. I think it's just pretty, you know? I know sweater vests are really trendy, and I'm not that into them, but I don't know. I feel like I need to go down a needle size. And it's just not correct. I guess the yarn that I chose isn't compatible with this pattern, or maybe my gauge is wrong or something. So I'm just gonna wing it. I'm actually really good at just winging patterns, which is, I don't know, I guess that's a good skill to have. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try knitting it flat instead of in the round, and we're just gonna start over. I'm gonna leave this on here for right now, because if I don't use all the yarn, it might be nice to knit up a little something for myself. But if I need to take it apart, no harm, no foul, and it's perfectly okay with me. So that's that. And the yarn I'm using for this is this bonus DK. I'm pretty sure I got this from Lovecraft's, and it's in the shade Cream. So yeah. Another thing that I've been working on, this is actually the first crochet project I started on, and it is not even close to being finished. Oh shoot, I lost a, oh well, but it's this blanket. I started working on this about a year ago, and I actually made up this pattern myself. It's very basic, you know, it's just stripes and bobbles, but it's great. It's a good it's a good blanket, and I'm going to put like a little border around it. this has turned into the project that I do in between projects when I have nothing to do or nothing planned. So, you know, it's just the when I have nothing else to do project. So it's still moving pretty slow. There's a good amount to it, and I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep working on it, but we'll see. It's just one of those projects that it's just going to keep going until it doesn't, I guess. Two other things I want to show you. Not the last two things. I think there's one more other thing, but they're actually the first socks I ever knitted. I haven't knitted very many socks in my life. These have been worn a lot. They're not great. If you see, like, I messed up on these so many times, but I didn't have double pointed needles at the time. So I was like using the needles and I would like switch around. And so I actually just had to patch the heel because there was a hole in the heel. And then the next time I wore them, I got a hole in the, like on the ball of my foot. So I need to fix them again. There's a hole in both of them, and there was a hole in both of the heels too, so I guess I wear them pretty evenly. Like the wear and tear on them is pretty even. So, you know, I made these years ago, but I still have the yarn, which is kind of amazing. These were the second pair of socks I ever made. This one doesn't have any damage on it. Oh no, it does. I was wearing them and I noticed that the heel started coming undone. So I'm gonna have to patch up this heel too, which is really sad because I did wear these all the time for several years. So I guess it's time that they're falling apart. But yeah, this one already has like an actual hole in it. So I'm gonna need to patch these too. But I do really like these. And I do really like the yarn. It's an old yarn. It's very, very old. Yeah, these are old socks, but they're awesome. Even though they're not amazing and amazing quality, you know, they're special to me. They're the first socks I ever made. So even though they're not perfect, they're wonderful and they've been loved a lot. And this is actually Marley Bird's, my first sock pattern. I haven't ever made any other socks. That's the only pattern I've ever followed. It's very easy. It's a very detailed pattern, and it's a good pattern. And Marley Bird is a wonderful teacher. So if you want to learn how to make socks, I really suggest watching her videos. There's so many videos. And there's another pattern, or she calls it a recipe, mandarin, bee mandarins or something like that. She has a wonderful, very aesthetically pleasing YouTube channel. I really like watching her videos to just like calm down and chill. So I'm going to be trying her sock recipe, and I'm actually, because I don't use wool, I'm going to try doing it with cotton. I don't know how a pair of cotton socks are going to work out, but I'm sure that if like acrylic is fine, then you know, cotton will be good too. Actually, I did make a pair of socks using this same yarn. This is acrylic yarn. I can't remember what it's called, but my mom is obsessed with those socks. I made those socks for my mom, and those are on my Instagram as well. And she just loves them. They are her favorite socks. She wears them whenever. She wears them in place of slippers, basically, because they're nice and thick. They're stretchy. This is a pretty stretchy yarn, and it's great. It's really great. So I'm going to be making those socks out of this yarn, Bergère de France. I did not realize how atrocious my French was. I took Spanish. I wasn't good at that either, so please just ignore. Let's move on. Please just don't hold that against me. And it's 4-ply, size 2. This is size 2 yarn. So I actually have never worked with yarn this small before, so it's it's kind of exciting. It's manufactured in France, which is kind of funny. I didn't even realize it was made in France, and B. Mandarins is French. She lives in France. So, you know, small little coincidences. It's cool. So I am very, very excited about this. What shade is this? I'm not sure, but I have like 3 or 4 different colors of this yarn, so I'm excited to see how it works for socks. That's a project I'm just really excited about doing that. Another thing, I had these really ugly pillows. I hated them. They were like from college and they just weren't great, and I was going to throw them away, and then I was like, why would I throw them away when I could just like knit over them? So I knitted this with the, I think it's Lion brand Homespun, and this is the color Pearl. I'm currently making another one to match this, and then I'm going to make 2 others with another like pinky mauve-y yarn. And yeah, so that's really nice. It really dresses up. It just makes your living room space feel more homey and having something hand knit in there. So that's really exciting for me. I really like it. Yeah, so that's great. And then the last thing I would like to share with you today that I'm working on is a baby blanket for one of my coworkers. His little daughter is going to be born in September. So I'm making him a baby blanket for her. His wife isn't into the pink thing, and so I got this yarn. It's Flex by, I'm not sure. Here it is. Flex by Loops and Thread. This is the shade Ivory. So I gave him the choice between this yarn and a purple, and he said, I'll ask my wife. And so he asked his wife, and she chose this one. So it does have blue in it, but I think it's more like gender neutral, you know, instead of just like a boy yarn. So I'm excited. I think it's beautiful. It has a great drape. I went into Michael's specifically only to get buttons for that peach Harry Styles cardigan that I'm making, and I passed this yarn, and it says limited time only, and I said, oh, I can't pass it up. So I bought a lot of it. Let me go get my bag of it. I bought a lot of it. So here's the purple. Very, very pretty. And then I got this color as well. And when ooh, Olive is coming. My cat Olive is coming. She's right by the camera. Hey, girlfriend. So I started working with this, and I completely just fell in love with the way it draped, and I just thought it was so beautiful. Okay, girlfriend. Ma'am, she was trying to get to my embroidery needle, but yeah, I just fell in love with it. And so then I went online and I bought more, and it was really hard to find, actually, because I got it from Michael's, and I need to put this away. Olive's going crazy. So it was really hard to find. They didn't have all the colors that I wanted at my local Michael's. So I had to, because my boyfriend lives in a different town than I do. I live different city than I do. So I went online to his local Michael's and I found it. So I had that sent to his house. So he has a lot of yarn at his house right now that he needs to give to me. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of it yet, but I do have another baby blanket to make for my other friend who's having a baby girl in August. So I need to really get crack-a-lackin' with that, because I have two baby girls being born a month apart, so I need to really get started on those. But yeah, that's everything I have to share with you all today. I really hope that you enjoyed this. I've really tried for a while now to figure out how to do something knitting related on YouTube, just because I really like that environment, that community, and I want to be a part of it. You know, knitting is very important to me. It's one of my favorite things in the world. It just like calms me, and I want it to be what I do full time one day. It's so fun to me. So I would love it if everyone liked what I did here too. I don't know. But please give me some feedback. Let me know what you would like me to do. I'm not great at tutorials just because I don't have a good camera setup. Maybe one day I'll actually get a tripod so I can do tutorials. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the things that I knitted. Please follow me on Instagram, thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you're knitting, and yeah, thank you, welcome, and I hope you stick around. Bye.